I just want to give salutation to Mrs. Ndengu and thank you so much for the speech. The chairperson of Aspire Essex, the councillor and all invited guests. I know your excitement to dance and to sing is so much, but I just want to take it away from you a little bit so that we can share some information that I think you can take home. The topic that I've been given is new developments on our families today, talking about my struggle as a black female writer and also as somebody who came here. For those who don't know me, I'm the first woman in the world who received the Global Awards for Children together with President Nelson Mandela. I am also CNN hero for protecting the powerless. So CNN is almost like BBC here. If I'm asked to describe what home is today, I would rush to think it is like a war zone with the most vulnerable girls and women being oppressed the more. This is a note I received from a girl here in the United Kingdom. Betty, you inspire me so much. Do you know my father raped me whilst we were in Zimbabwe? My mother worked very hard and sent air tickets for him and me to come here, but little did she know that father had remained home and raped me. He came home drunk as soon as we arrived here in the United Kingdom, and whilst in Zimbabwe, he did the same with his girlfriends. Whilst in UK, he just left the family. Me and my twin sister were raped by our father who is with us here. The girl and her twin sister are now aged 21, traumatized and rejected by their own father. How sad and tragic for this to happen to a family. And another note I received read, "Hi Betty, my name is Linda. I don't know if you can help me with the problem. There is a father from Zimbabwe who impregnated a daughter, and the daughter has got now a baby who is aged 8 months. I've been troubled with the story until I found you on Facebook, and please add me as a friend. My number is -- to discuss this issue furthermore. Thanks a lot, Betty, and may God bless you." Upon my return from my trip from the United States, I followed up the case, and much to my shock and horror, the girl has a baby from her father. The stepmother abused the other young sister and nearly stoned her to death. Police let her go and she is walking scot-free. That's our family in the African community. And in the middle of the night, as I tried to go to sleep, a mother woke me up in tears. "Betty, my daughter was raped by a fellow church member, and we take this man to be a family member." So also abuse happening by church members in our African communities. This shocked me even more because the man used his fingers to try and extract blood from the girl in order to be rich. So throughout the case, the police could not find easy evidence. No wonder they threw away the case. And in another case, there is a man who has taken advantage of us because we are desperate to get papers from the Home Office. We went to his surgery and he raped us. I think he raped up to 8 women who were desperate. We are many from the same church who suffered. One of the girls is pregnant. I can say the sender holds no more as things have fallen apart. And here I quote Chinua Achebe. Our families moved here, but for years they had been separated. The unnatural happened to an extent of father having sex with a daughter. That's the reality that we face in our families here and back home. Our men have carried the last they got through polygamous marriages, which are illegal here. Many women are mentally tortured. They work 5 shifts per day to augment family incomes. Violence in every form, psychological, physical, and economic, wreaks havoc in our homes. There is fear to report. The family holds together because in the event one gets deported, then that's the end of the family. It has been very hard for women to get space that is violence-free. I am positive tonight as we celebrate Black History Month, we take into account the truth of the atrocities happening in our homes. In my autobiography, a copy which I have here, I declared our Maraini a domestic war zone when I grew up in Zimbabwe. Being a small child, I wasn't yet ready to take on the fight. You know the full scale of war in Iraq, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Afghanistan and elsewhere, where people have got guns, but picture the war in the home, where people have got walls, knives, and all sorts of utensils to hit each other. Many of our homes are war zones. Father insulting daughter, daughter insulting mother, children fighting because most of the times we spend less time with them. Many of our homes are war zones, and a full-scale genocide has taken place with no United Nations European Union. Needless to say, I do not want to dampen your positive side today because we are celebrating our many contributions. I would like also today to pay tribute to all those men who are like my husband who is here, are helping a lot of women to stand up like I'm doing. Without trying to be favorable to my own husband, I would like to say I feel honored to live in a home with a peaceful husband who is very kind and helpful. I travel a lot, and unlike my colleagues, I don't come home to see thousands of girlfriends who have frequented the home. Every time I travel, I find my home new and sparkling clean. I see him doing homework with children and role modeling them. Many times we wake up to go to church with the boys whilst I remain in bed. I have enjoyed breakfast made by my husband, unlike in Africa, where our men don't even cook. Many women from Zimbabwe here in the UK have lovely husbands, husbands who understand fully our desires and our workloads, husbands who hug us in moments of despair, husbands who help in taking care of children so that they do not end up in gangs and knife crime, husbands who do community projects and bring us together in gender equality like what has happened today. Tonight, I want to celebrate every man who has done good in this room. You asked me to talk about my role as a Black writer. I'm going to appeal to everybody here that, and I normally tell girls, books are better than babies. Have books first and babies later. You can't perform to excellency academically if you are having sex and you are trying to read. You can either do one of those. So today I've come to say, as a female Black writer, I do have the stories, but I don't have readers. No reading culture among us. Maybe tonight we must think, if we don't read, if your mother was just a carer cleaning the floor, and if you don't break the vicious cycle of poverty, and you don't stand up to be a bank manager, a home owner, you are going to perpetuate the vicious cycle. So here today, I saw young girls here. You are going to read the book. You are going to understand our struggles. We have got so many stories to tell. From our stories, you can transform from a perceived victim to a leader. We are looking for leaders. young women one day who walk around with what I call empowerment handbags. And you know, in empowerment handbags, what do you have? You have got your freedom and your automatic life. When you are in trouble, domestic violence or anything, you just take your bank card, go to an automated machine, and it will say good morning to you. You take your money and you give yourself freedom. So educate yourself. If you run away from education, good life will run away from you. And I repeat again and again, books are better than babies. Babies cry, books don't cry, they cry to be read. We don't want to come from our countries where there is poverty. I know girls in Africa, they walk 20 miles on foot to school. I have seen them with my own eyes. They come to a school with no teacher, but never will you see them running away from sitting under a tree hungry. They will sit there and just hope a teacher will talk to them. What about our children in this country? We have got schools with ceilings. Let's make maximum resources of what we have in this country. Everything you see, be it a paper, a ballpoint, a teacher, don't insult teachers. Hug teachers and support them to support you. If you fight a teacher, you are fighting your own life. My last message today is actually going to be directed to our boys. I'm a mother of 3 boys, and I just want to end with my good poem that never force a woman to sex, thou shalt not rape, never cheat her, thou shalt not cheat her, never beat her, thou shalt not beat her, never be a slave master, thou shalt not enslave a woman or a girl. And even the jeering that I saw when I first saw girls here, it must turn into a cheering. Never prey on the weak and the powerless. You shall only have only one book, that is a love book. Never learn from failure, always follow role models. Never think gender equality in half, always take women as equal. Never you say you do, or never you always say I talk, always do. On that note, I want to wish you a pleasant night, and thank you to every man in this house who is doing good to their wife, girlfriend, sister, or mother. I thank you.